So the girl called herpes or whatever. She was ripping and running around, took some trips, some things happened. A little bit of spiritual warfare, little guerrilla pimp warfare. At the same time, between lines, I'm gonna tell you, like, not how you wanted to sound. We wasn't really tied to being a connection far as family yet. So once I get around her, she was going through some things. That's first and foremost. So she, as of latest updates or whatever, is doing very good. Last time I seen her or whatever. But so she had a problem about like the phone. I was on the phone, and she had like a little spiritual discomfort with it. Me not knowing what's going on, I'm thinking like I'm used to it or whatever. Second, I'm like, well, damn, something kind of, I had the blue for me not to know the person on that level. So she chopped all her hair off or whatever, boom, boom, boom. Landon, the times I used to come to her house around like 1, 2, no later than 4 in the morning. So she got her own thing going on. Later on in life, I heard and I seen that she had like 3 guys with the same name. Could have been 5. I don't want to like fabricate. I don't want to be like a condiment type guy and put relish on it. But nevertheless. So we get to moving around. We got a bunch of politics in our life. She take it upon herself, had some free days. I got some free days, and we started connecting as family. So she'd get her nails done, I get my nails clean. I got some food, she'll eat straight off my chicken breast. At the same time, between lines, I'm gonna tell you, like, not how you wanted to sound. I don't know nothing going on. Gracious of the good blood work that I always take, I still don't have nothing wrong going on. But we was family. So push came to shove, if I needed to call her, which I didn't call her. If I needed to call her and I was dealing with something toxic, she'd have showed right up. But she had me to meet with somebody. I'm getting my own work done other places. I got art ink from my head all the way down to my feet. So I'm getting work done inside the shop on my own time. So she kicking in the gear, she had me to meet with somebody. I should have known there was a problem on the first day I met the person, because I told them I was going through a trial and I didn't want no social media. I didn't want no updates showing that I ain't care about what I was, putting behind me. He posted anyway. That was his first strike. I should have known there was something wrong. So, we all tough. Boom, 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 boom. She veers off the lane once it's all said and done, that there's a connection. So I'm ripping and running the streets, having a place to be, but where I am ain't really good for me. So they say, well, I'm watching them for being this kind of person. I'm watching them as, the DA said, this is led on an argument. I never had an argument. So I'm passing the test of being watched, but who I'm dealing with is being watched on a whole nother level. So he ripping and running around, boom, 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 boom. I'm fresh to the scene of having a path, being a bachelor, minding my business, money in my pocket, money to be made if ever I want to sell some creations or whatever, publishings and designs and concepts and brand offers, things like that. So he gets, evaluated as a human that has this routine. He has a routine, and while I'm being watched, is it normal for me to do something, or is something rubbing off on me? They in a spiritual trying to portray that now I'm leading someone who been there and done that. So within itself, it was like a catch-22. All that I was doing before I meet the person, I continued to do around them. So we didn't have a pop-up shop location no more. So I took it upon myself to continue to do all the things that I was doing. Things that I was cutting out was moving around so much because we had started to get these little updates that being watched, they was picking us up. So I took it upon myself though to fill in the blanks, and I just slowed down on some things. I had talked back to her, and I told her, I was like, well, the ways that I move around in a legal way, because I wasn't really looking to be in nobody's sight on trial in an illegal way, which I didn't even do nothing wrong from the start to even get on trial. But that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. So when I tell her I ain't moving around the same ways, like I ain't making it in the house. By the way, I had hit the road from her house. So I told her I wasn't making it in the house all late. I wasn't, doing first impression, artist development, or seeing where people coming from and seeing where they want to go. I just slowed down and I got back into what self-building is. A grinding entrepreneur with this and these. And I started challenging my mind more. And I designed without color. I designed without human programming of where things go and where the mind tells you to move objects. But that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day too. So, I started dealing with a bunch of high frequencies on top of some favors not being returned. And I'm outside one day and she rose up on me. The choices that she wanted to make, I couldn't have no problem with it. If I did, it would have came to mind. I would have said something. But if I asked her to do something, she would do it. If she confided in me, then I would tell her in rebuttal that, give it a day, no less than 2. Everything will be alright. And most times, it was. So she taking the path she taking. She was talking way too much on phones sometimes. She was recording herself, self-convicting herself without even being arrested sometimes. And when I seen her, she had came up with something brand new. Not a problem in itself, that's not a problem. The problem was the way frequencies became altered. The belief in inquiring if I can provide something And most likely the answer is yes. And on my own path, I got some things to do, and everything seems to be a problem to dilute. Everything seems to be a problem to step back. So I see her, boom, 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 boom. We go to the store. She grabbed me like a Indian pound, right? So me personally, with Indian roots, I don't smoke nothing but tobacco. So I grabbed like a huge bag of I can't even tell you what it was called back then. So once I seen her, boom, 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 she had showed me the structure of her body, and she had showed me her new car. And within the swipe, she never came back. Little did she know, I'm outside, and the way I'm presenting myself out there with the frequency going on, you'd have think I fell off like a bad bag of dope. But everything in my closet was brand new. Every shoe in my shoe collection under the clothing was brand new. She wouldn't have known. I didn't tell her. But she knew me, so she seen the stuff inside the house. So we moving around, boom, 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 boom. Far as I'm counting the change, she gotta come past the house at least once a week or once every 2 weeks. You know, she never came back. She left. 1 o'clock in the morning, phone calls on my phone. 2 o'clocks, 3 o'clocks. You know, never came back. I don't know what happened with her body. I don't know what happened when it came to the brand new car. Me, myself, I'm a BMW USA guy. I don't let no frequencies tell me, like anybody else, what car to pick. And I can expose some things, which I don't have a reason to, because I like to be productive. But you see on this channel, when things get real, I reply ASAP. But with the car, it's a certain brand. But that's no here there though. So yeah, you know, we got these calls, and we got these voicemails, and we got these days. Like I come back to the loft downtown, which I get into the story of it. I came that way for the interior emails. They get me there, finalized papers. It was not what I signed up for. But I ain't leave the spot. I ain't leave loyal people. I ain't leave people trying to work towards something that they believe they are to obtain today. You know how it is where humans are humans, but you are you. So we had a nice thing going on. So I get back downtown one day. I got over 25, 55 sticky notes on my car. So I'm trying to figure out who done seeked all this attention and became a whole new person. I just don't know. Not mad at anybody. Don't get it twisted. Like you can see on the channel, we just started this channel. You can see on the channel, I handle business. You can see on this channel, I keep some realistic truth. I keep my own leadership of sayings Most I need the patent, but I stay on LegalZoom. But I don't really do too much worrying about people. If you need me, you got my phone number, inquire. If I gotta be truthful and tell you I ain't got it, most likely I won't use that rebuttal. But nevertheless, I got 50 sticky notes on my car. Ain't no telling what it do to your paint. Ain't no telling who's reading it. Ain't no telling what type of attention that gets you. But it was another strike. I had one night and in the daytime, I never got a phone call before my door was knocked on. If anything, I'm building my mind. If anything, I'm harboring the abilities to groom brands with an S. So I need my personal space. So I'm at the entry, L7. I gotta open it up, but I never knew anybody was gonna be at the door. So I'm like, well, who gonna compensate me for putting on pause my session? Oh, don't nobody know what I'm talking about. I'm making stuff up. I'm becoming LAX. But nevertheless. So the same person out of the blue just stopped showing up. I don't know what happened to her. I don't know if it was a crisis about girls and herpes and humans being targeted. I don't know if it was human trafficking. I don't know if it supposed to be manipulation and a setup. I don't know if it was clearance towards somebody self-destructing. I don't know what it was. But the manipulation and the proper government delivery supposed to play it against my own mind. And they're supposed to step me back as a human. In between lines, I'm going to tell you like you know not how you want it to sound. I got a part 2 to this. You're mine.